What's up? What's happening? What's popping? What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another great episode of Simone with the Sports. I'm Simone, bringing God's daily sports talk. So if you're new here, if you're old here, and you haven't already subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you stop what you're doing, leave a comment, subscribe, keep rock with me. Also, make sure you check out the links down below. The first link is to buy me a coffee to help fuel this channel. The second link is to shop the official Simone with the Sports, a merch collection. Get you the classic tee, the wavy tee, as you see here videoed. And for my Birds fans, we have the Fly or Die crew neck. And make sure you turn notification bells on, guys, because you already know the videos are coming like boom, 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 boom. And you don't want to miss a single video or a single live stream, especially since we're so close to the playoffs. We have a lot to dive into. Not a lot of great stuff when it comes to Sixers land. We have now blown 2 back-to-back leads that have resulted in 2 losses. One to the Suns, one to the Bucks. And the Suns, great. I mean, excuse me, guys. The Suns, a great team. The Bucks, a great team. Both of those teams went to the finals. But the thing that's annoying is that we had double-digit leads. I believe the Suns, we had as high as a 15, 16-point lead. Last night, we had a 12-some point lead against the Bucks. So we can get these leads. We can not even just go toe-to-toe with these teams. We could go a foot farther with these leads. But we always end up blowing the leads. And y'all, at the end of the day, it's really coming down to Doc Rivers. Last night, 12-point lead, James Harden, Joel Embiid on the bench way too long. We know our team thrives. We don't have the type of bench where we can enjoy the luxury of resting Joel and James when we have a big lead. Only teams with good benches can do that. We don't have that G. We haven't had that G. That was the problem why we kept blowing them leads to the Hawks last season. We keep blowing these darn-on leads. And like I said, Doc Rivers sitting James, sitting Joel so long, letting Giannis, letting all of them put on a clinic and cook while Joel and James are on the bench way too long. That's a problem. I really don't understand what won't click and get through Doc Rivers' head with the fact that we can't win without Joel and James on the court. We can't win without Joel. James, he had a really good night last night. But we know the team thrives on Joel, Hans, freaking Embiid. Last night, Paul Millsap. Paul Millsap, every minute he was on the court, killed us. Giannis, murked, cooked, clean. Paul Millsap, Giannis dropped 40. I want to say he had 40 points last night. We had Paul Millsap just out there way too long. Obviously, we're missing Andre Drummond, extremely missing Andre Drummond. The fact that we have to have Paul Millsap guarding Giannis and Tim Kuto in this fine 2022 is bizarre. This all just goes on Doc Rivers, and y'all, Joel Embiid basically said it in his post-game press conference. But like I said, even the rotations, the bench out way too long. Matisse Thybulle not getting any fourth quarter minutes. Like, why is Matisse not getting any fourth quarter minutes? We need him guarding. We need his defense in the fourth quarter. I don't understand. And my thing is, he was an offensive liability in the past, but since he's been playing with James Harden, he's been shooting 40% from 3. So we need to try our hand with Matisse way more in the fourth. Matisse can be helping us out defensively and helping us stop these teams from going on runs. Also, Doc Rivers never calling a timeout when the team is going on a run. We had a 12-point lead dwindle away. He didn't feel the need to call a timeout. Like, I thought that was coaching one-on-one. When a team getting some momentum, blow the whistle. I thought that was just coaching one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? But like I keep saying, Doc Rivers must have dirt on somebody, y'all. Doc Rivers has dirt on somebody in the Sixers organization. He got dirt on somebody in the NBA. Because how does Doc Rivers still keeping a job, y'all? As many bags as he's fumbled as of late, okay? Them Celtics success days was a billion years ago. These coaches be getting fired left and right for one bad season. Why is Doc still coaching in the NBA? I'm really thinking he must have dirt on Adam Silver or somebody, because it just makes no sense. It's bewildering. So after the game, Joel Embiid was asked, in that stretch, and the stretch they're talking about is a stretch where Giannis went crazy on Paul Millsap. What do you think went wrong specifically? What could you guys have done to stop or slow down Giannis? Joel says, I was on the bench the whole time. When I was on the floor, I really made sure I was always there to help. I thought we didn't follow up that strategy. We didn't build a wall. And he had a lot of freedom to just attack and get whatever he wanted. Yeah, so can I if Paul Millsap at the age of 65 is guarding me. That changed the game. Maybe next time, just match up the minutes. That sound like, ooh, he talking to Doc. If Giannis, point blank, period, if Giannis is on the floor, Embiid need to be on the floor. Point blank, period. Like, I don't understand, like, what's the... That seemed like you don't even need to be like a coach for 60 years to understand that concept. I really don't understand it. But, like I said, another freaking lead blown. Another thing, Tobias had a good night. James had a good night. Joel had a good night. Tyrese Maxey really struggled last night. Guys, if we're going to be successful in the freaking playoffs, we're going to need Tobias and Tyrese. James is, not James. Joel, we know, is a given. He's a constant. He's always going to have a great night. Joel, you know when you're doing a math problem and you got the givens, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is understood. You know what I'm saying? We already know, given the fact that Joel's gonna have a great night, Tobias, Tyrese, and James need to figure out how to all have a good night together. It's only a combination. Either Tobias and James have a great night and Tyrese is not having a good night, or Tyrese and Tobias have a really good night and James doesn't have a good night. James and Tyrese and no Tobias. We need all four of them guys to have a good night every night when we're in the playoffs. We need everybody because we're not getting anything from the bench. So we need all of our starters to be on point. All four of those guys got to be on in the playoffs. The Bucks had 5 players in double digits last night. 5 players in double digits versus our 3. Okay? We need to figure that because we know we're not getting any, like usually that balances out because you got guys on the bench contributing. You know what I'm saying? But since we're not getting anything from the bench, we need to get 1,000% from the starters. Okay? So, shoot. Okay, let's get into what we got going on. So, we got to get into the standings. So, the Miami Heat are number 1 at 48 and 28. The Bucks are now number 2 at 47 and 28. The Celtics are number 3, 47 and 29. 76ers number 4, 46 and 29. The Bulls 5, 44 and 32. The Raptors 43 and 32 at number 6. Number 7 are the Cavs, 42 and 33. Then the Nets at number 8, 40 and 36. The Hornets at 9, 39. And I can't read my handwriting. Something. Y'all add that up. The Hawks, 38 and 37. So I guess they're 39 and 37. Yeah, that looked like a 7 I wrote. But y'all, so right now we're the number 4 seed. If the playoffs started today, we'll be playing the Bulls, which are the number 5 seed. Honestly, to be honest, we've handled the Bulls all season. Joel has handled the Bulls all career. So I wouldn't, out of all the teams we could be playing, I'm not even really mad at if it started today, that if we were having to play the Bulls. Again, I'm not saying we could just go in and just easily murk the Bulls in 4, but the Bulls are still going to be a very tough team, but we have had success against the Bulls this season. So I'm not mad at if we had to play the Bulls. Still going to be extremely tough. I mean, you still got DeMar DeRozan, you still got Zach LaVine, guys that can fill it up. And if a team has a guy that can fill it up, we already know they can close the gap on whatever lead we build. But guys, let's get into all this. So right now the Heat are number 1. The Heat will play the Cavs, the Nets, the Hornets, and the Hawks. Who knows what will happen to them play-in teams. Honestly, as of right now, the Raptors are 43 and 32. They're only 1 game ahead of the Cavs. The Cavs could end up being the 6th seed, and the Raptors could end up falling to the play-in. So we don't even know what that 6th, 7th seed is really going to look like right now. The Nets are 2 games behind 7 and 3 games behind 6. So at this point in the season, it's really a reach for the Nets to get to the 6th seed. So it's really looking like the Nets are going to be a play-in. The Hornets and the Hawks are definitely play-in teams. But the big question is, will the Cavs, what will happen between the Cavs and the Raptors? Because, y'all, the Raptors are only one game behind the Bulls at 5. So the Raptors are still in reach of the 5th seed. Y'all, Lord Jesus Christ, if we're the 4th seed and the Raptors the 5th seed, oh, Lord Jesus. That's a scary sight. But, like I said, the Raptors are still in reach of number 5. And they're only one game behind 5. And the Cavs are only one game behind 6. So the Raptors could end up at 7 or they could end up at 5. Basically, all I'm saying is, who knows what's going on between 5, 6, and 7. 5, 6, and 7 is what we're at, like the 1, 2, 3, and 4. You know how the Heat, Bucks, Celtics, and 76ers is going to come down to the last game. That top 4 seeding is going to come down to the last game. And it's looking really similar for the Raptors and the Cavs. That's looking like that will probably come down to could come down to a last game. Now, as for the Nets, they're definitely giving play-in. They're 3 games behind the 6th seed, and as of right now, I can't see the Raptors losing. I can't see them catching up to the Raptors or the Cavs if they end up being 6. The Hornets are 4 games behind 6. The Hawks are 5 games behind 6. So the Hornets and Hawks are definitely playing in, and it's really looking like the Nets are playing in as well. So we have no idea what that 7, 8, 9, that 7 and 8 seed is going to be in the playoffs right now. So like I said, we're the number 4 seed. If things started today, we would be playing the Bulls. If things started today, the Heat would be playing either one of these 4 teams. Actually 5 teams, because like I said, the Raptors are right there. The Heat could be playing the Raptors, the Cavs, the Nets, the Hornets, or the Hawks, just depending on how things shake out in that play-in. That is who the Heat will be playing. The Bucks, again, depending on the play-in, they'll be playing one of those teams as well. So it's still like, it's what, 7 games left, and everything is still up in the freaking air. It's nothing that anybody can figure out or grasp at right now. Everything is just so freaking crazy right now. But y'all, for the Sixers had the Pistons on Thursday. That should be a win, but y'all, them Pistons, shoot, they going down swinging. Like, they have no hopes at anything, but they just playing really, really, really hard right now. So, shoot, we can't just go into that Pistons game thinking, oh, shoot, we got to get this dub and climb up the standings, because, y'all, the Pistons, they've been real scrappy lately, okay? They've been real scrappy. Then we have the Hornets on Saturday. We know it should be a fight. The Hornets, like I said, are the 9 seed. They're trying to, stay above 10. They're really trying to probably become 8. They're only 1 game behind the Nets. So the Hornets are really going to be trying to play hard right now and gain ground in the little play-in, for the little kids, little play-in. But after the Hornets, y'all, we play the Cavs on Sunday. We've had much success against the Cavs this season. The Cavs right now 42-33. Like I said, the Cavs are going to be trying to get that 6th seed. They're only 1 game behind the 6th seed. The Cavs are going to be trying to jump ahead of the Raptors and avoid the play-in. But y'all, the thing is, the Hornets and Cavs game is a back-to-back. So it's going to be really interesting to see how Doc and how we handle that back-to-back. Is someone getting rested? In my opinion, no, baby. This is the time of the season where we got to get every single win. I know it's hard because you want to preserve that back, Joel's back, but at the same time, we need wins. So it's definitely going to be a tough decision because those are games we definitely need to win. So the Hornets and the Cavs are back-to-back. But y'all, we have another back-to-back. Our last 2 games of the season are a back-to-back. So we have 2 back-to-backs left. And we know we got 1 bad back, and that's Joel Embiid. So it's going to be really interesting to see how we handle this going down the stretch. But y'all, let me know what y'all think. Do you think we should be resting? Like, James be wanting to rest. Are we resting James and Joel for this Cavs Hornets back-to-back? So I'm assuming it'll be the Cavs game where they get a rest. Are we resting players on our back-to-backs? Let me know, and let me know what you think about all this in the comments down below. Make sure you like this video, leave a comment, subscribe, keep rocking with me. Make sure you check the links down below. Buy me that coffee, shop the official SymoneWithTheSports, a merch collection, turn your notification bells on, and until I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye!